are you? I wanted to just get your reaction from today, and how did you feel getting back on the field today?
Yeah, it felt good. Always getting back into spring training, you kind of have those jitters. It kind of was amplified a little bit today because we finally have fans back. So that was nice to see. But just get out there in some sunlight and, get going a little bit, see some pitches. It was definitely a good day.
I also wanted to ask you a question about Odubel. Just your thoughts on him coming back on the team.
Yeah, of course, I don't agree with what he did. I don't condone it. It's something that just can't happen. You cannot, do that kind of thing in this world or in this life. But, I'm not the maker. I don't make, I'm not a person that can make that decision of forgiving him or not forgiving him. I'm not God. So I'm going to let Odubel do his thing and be him. And that's about it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Go to Matt Breen and then Jeff Skaversky.
Hey, Bryce. I'm not sure if you were in the game still when Howard was pitching. It seemed like his velocity was where it was in the minor leagues, maybe not where it was quite last summer. How good of a sign is that to see him, as the pitcher that the top prospect that he was before he came to the majors last year?
Yeah, I think the thing about Spence, man, is we need him. I think last year was tough. I think it was tough for him. He was going through some stuff that is definitely, not fun. He wasn't feeling good, not on the mound, not feeling good on the mound and things like that. So when you're going through those things and you're number one prospect, you have to perform and you feel like you do, you kind of push yourself a little bit. And I think, he might have pushed himself a little too much. So I'm glad he got into the off season and kind of, got going, feeling better. And then I actually faced him the other day in live, and I thought it was lights out. He threw me a first pitch fastball, and I was like, oh my gosh, like there it is. You know what I'm saying? So if he can prolong that over a couple innings, and he can understand what his best pitches are and how he does it, I think he's going to be great for us, and we need that. I'm excited. It's in there. We know it's in there. We know he has the stuff. It's just, trying to develop it and get it even better, so that he can help us, on a daily basis or every 5 days, trying to win a ball game.
When you say we need him and there's like a surplus of starting pitching right now, do you think there's a way that he pitched down the bullpen to start the season?
I'm not saying like we need him right now, but guy goes down or something like that. Like I said, I think he still, needs to get a little bit better, try to figure out what he wants to do. Of course, like I said, it's in there. We want him here. We need him here. But also these guys are on 1-year deals as well. So he could, see himself possibly late in the year, get a start, or guy gets hurt, he slides right in, or he pitches his way into the rotation right now. It's just, you never know. I never know what Girardi's thinking or anybody else. So, but, I think we're going to need him, and it doesn't matter if we're going to need him now, if we're going to need him at the end, if we're going to need him out of the bullpen in the playoffs. You've seen that in years past where you've had starters come out of the pen and really or young starters come out of the pen and have done great things for their team in the postseason because guys haven't seen them, or they come out and they're throwing 98, 99 with a hammer and a changeup, and they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's nasty. And then that next year they're starting, so he could be that guy for us. And I think everybody knows that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
And just the last thing, I've been asking guys about the way they evaluate themselves or evaluate other players. Is there one stat that you think tells the story of a hitter the best, or is there a group of stats that you think, can kind of give you a real quick insight into who a hitter is?
Man, I don't know. I don't really like stats. I don't really like any of that stuff. I think, exit velocity, I don't care about that either. I'm more of exit hits. I want guys to get hits. I want guys to perform. I don't know if there's one stat. I don't know. I don't even know how, I don't even understand the W, whatever. I have no, what I'm saying? I don't understand any of that stuff. I'm a GED guy. So I don't really understand any of that. So I know if you get on base and your on base percentage is high, that's good. If you hit homers, that's good too. So
hey, you graduated high school early, so don't cut yourself short.
Yeah, dropped out as a sophomore. So look where I am now. I'm okay.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
No problem.
Hey, what's up, Bryce? I don't understand any of that stuff either. I don't feel as bad now if you
Yeah.
if you don't. I think when people see, you played today, your first game, get 2 hits, including the first one, a homer. I think a lot of people go, okay, he's ready. He's ready for the season. How ready do you feel right now? I know it's early, but when you swing the bat like that, go opposite field, do you feel sharp and ready to go?
I mean, I like feeling good in spring training. I'm not one of those guys that, if I punch out, I'm like, oh, it's a good at bat. No, I mean, you're still out, so that's how I feel. I think that, the biggest thing about spring is staying healthy and getting out of spring training, get our whole team out of spring training healthy. And then putting some, good at bats together. I like seeing a lot of pitches. Today, I didn't really see that many because I did get a couple pitches over the plate that I could handle. But, I think my thing is I want to see pitches. I want to see curveballs. I want to see changeups. I want to see it all, and as many as I can so that when I do get into season, I feel ready. So I feel like just timing and stuff like that. So I don't really look into hitting homers or hitting a double and being like, oh, yeah, like I'm ready. No, I feel like I still need, at bats, and I still need to, get my timing down and feel good. And there's other things in the game that I need to get better at, playing in the outfield, throwing, things like that. So, when I'm ready, I think, we'll be in Philly opening day. So
It's still good to hit those homers though, right?
it feels great. Everybody loves a homer, just like, Charlie Manuel says, so never seen a homer he doesn't like.
And when you look at the team, the last couple of days, you guys have been pitching really well. You've been hitting really well. And again, I know it's spring and, it doesn't count, but it seems as more of the regulars are playing right now, you guys are performing. Is there a different sense at all with this team right now? As a lot of this nucleus is back and, you guys want to get to the playoffs. Is there a different feel the way you guys are playing right now? Or is there maybe too much being read into that?
I mean, we feel good right now. I mean, it's spring training, of course, it's early. But I think we have to understand what we want to do. We need to understand our identity as a team. And, if you're not a good team down here, you could be great up top. You just don't know, you know what I'm saying? So you never want to lose. So when you're playing well, you're happy and you think everything's going good. And then you get up there and you might lose a couple games or whatever. But as long as we can get out of here healthy and we can get out of here, feeling good, our mindset as a team and what we can do as a team, as an organization. Also, I feel like we need to have a sense of urgency. This team isn't going to last forever. So we need to have a sense of urgency with this team and every year that we play. We can't just keep saying, oh, next year. That's not it. So we need to have a sense of urgency as a team. Opening day starts and we need to win games. I feel like as a team, we can't fall behind. Especially in this division, because once you find yourself behind in this division, it's going to be very tough to dig your way out. So we have to beat the teams we need to. We need to try to beat the good teams as well, and hopefully get a little lucky in there also at times, and hopefully be there where we need to be at the end.
Thanks, Bryce. Good luck.
Yep.
Okay, we have 2 more hands up. We'll finish with Scott and then Bob Brookover.
Hey, Bryce. So it looks like Joe's kind of trotting out the bullpen today. You had Archie and Hector and Alvarado. I guess Coonrod's on the card today. So is Romero and Brogdon. What's been your impression of a lot of these guys, some of whom some of whom you just know from across the field? What's been your impression of them in the live BPs and in the kind of, in the workout stages of camp? And are you curious to see how this bullpen comes together and kind of forms its own identity this year?
Yeah, I think my thing is you see that they're big leaguers. You see a guy and you're like, man, he looks like a big leaguer. He's got to figure out a little bit. He knows what to do. He's got his routine. He understands what what works for him. So that's nice to see. You come in here and you don't worry about that. And then, that transitions into some of the young guys in our bullpen and with our team as well. So that's really nice to see. You have a guy like Kinsler, Watson, that can really hone down in that bullpen, understand what their job is, and also help out a little bit. Archie has closed games before. He's done a great job with that. Alvarado, very excited to see what he can do for us this year. And, I think there's a lot of young guys that can, really help us out of the bullpen as well. You guys saw what Brogdon did for us late last year. So I'm looking forward to that. And, I think just seeing them do their routines every day and understand what they do, it's awesome to see.
Thank you.
Hey, Bryce, during the broadcast, you said you're on the throwing program, and you're kind of relearning to throw. What has gone into that? What have you had to do to try to get to where you want to be in that regard?
Yeah, I've just had to change a couple things with leg movement, but that's about it. Arm feels good. That action feels fine. Back and stuff like that, that feels fine. But there were some couple things with my legs that I think were causing me to have a little bit of pain in my back as well. So, like I said, I'm on that throwing program. Got to 120. I'm at 140 now. Crow hopping, things like that, trying to work through the ball, and then transition into balls against the wall and coming off of it, throwing it, being a little bit more, fierce with it in those situations, just to see how I, feel that next day. But all in all, I mean, I think it's going good. So we'll see how I feel next week.
And the one other thing I wanted to ask you, you talked about a sense of urgency, and you also mentioned this on the broadcast. You guys come out of the gate, they're like deep into the pool with the Mets and the Braves. Do you like that? That the big tests come right out of the gate?
Of course, yeah. I mean, you have to want it because you're going to play them anyways, So, and I'm not just saying they're two of the best teams in our division. I think when we do face those guys, it's going to be very tough. But also, you have to go out and go out to LA for the first time in a year, and you're going to face the Dodgers, the world champs. So, or you're going to face the Giants or anybody else. I mean, I think we're playing AL East again this year. So that's a tough division as well. And then you got to go down and play San Diego, who, they did what they did and reloaded it. So it's not just our division, but of course it starts from within. We have to win our division to get in. And I mean, it's going to be tough, but it has to start, opening day one, and see what type of team we are. If we do get into the trenches a little bit, how we can get out of that without, moping or anything like that. How we can get out of there and understand who we are as a team, our identity as a team, and hopefully, get through there and win our division and get into it.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Bryce.
Thanks, guys.